Hello, everyone, and happy Thursday, and welcome to the Daily Lighting Critique. Thank you for giving me a couple days. I was at a conference here in New York, but now we are back, and we're ready to take a look at some of the updates. So the first thing we wanted to start off with was Kat's newly released, fresh off the presses demo reel. So like I was saying, I watched this once through. So this is a pretty fresh look at it, which I think is great because this is how you really only get one shot at this with recruiters and with when you're applying for jobs. So like getting someone's like first initial reaction to it is really, really good. So first thing about this, I think the title size and the font and everything's really fine. I would take out the LinkedIn profile. Nobody is ever going to type these things in unless it's a clickable link. Whether it's on a business card or in any format that's not a clickable link, I would always take out hyperlinks because I mean you can, yeah, that's fine. So I would move lighting artist to the next line. So it's just Kat Loveland, lighting artist, phone number, email address, and that's it. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Because I can't hear myself on my speakers for some reason.
Oh, no, you're good. Okay.
It is not that noisy. I don't know why it looks like that on your screen.
Looks okay from this end. So, okay. So, the breakdown in here, it's too long between shots. And actually, when I was watching it the first time, I thought it froze.
Okay.
So yeah, you wanna tighten these up to maybe like a second or so between each frame,
Okay.
and then even if, because there are two different varieties of doing this. There's like breakdowns and buildups. So what this is a breakdown that shows each individual shot, each individual element of the shot, and oftentimes what's really cool is when you let's say you have the shot and then you go into this, which is the final image, and then you pull it all the way back to the beginning and then build like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you can see the build up to the final shot. And then instead of making these individual shots the full frame, just put them up in the corner here, and then you can see how they contributed to the final look.
Okay.
So that
I didn't do it in Premiere. I just did it really quick in a little
course.
basic editor.
Yeah, of course.
You have it out there. Okay.
And then for this one, I think this project should go first. I think this is your best piece. And then I think you should also, because everything else is animated, it makes this piece feel very static. So I would even just do a very subtle just a 2D zoom on it, just scale it up in the whatever you're using to cut it together.
Okay.
So it's just a really subtle thing, but yeah, that'll work. Same thing with this one. Any of the still frames? No, I was like, this is on screen for too long, but I think it actually did stop playing there. It's weird. Huh,
I have them all for like 7 seconds, so that's probably too long.
Wait, I think this froze on me. Hold on, let me refresh this. Weird. I think Sync Sketch might be down for a sec.
Uh-oh.
Because I was like, oh man, my internet's out. But then I realized I'm still talking to you guys, and the internet takes that as well. So I think. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break the internet.
No, it's fine. Let's just go. We'll just pull this up here, and then if then we'll do some of the other ones. So. Let's go ahead. So yeah, so I think this is the best. Slow zoom in. Next one is.
Next is him.
Okay, that's good. That works. And this same thing. Slow zoom in.
It seems to be freezing there. It's weird. There we go.
Yeah, I actually think that I would take this one out because I think this was a really good practice for you. I just think it stands out as the weakest piece on here. And then I would finish with your title slide one more time. So like bookend it with your title slides.
Okay.
Cool?
Cool.
All right. Let's see. let's give this one more minute. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go into the stills and then we'll come back to this. Sorry, other video folk. And then we will take a look at that in just a sec. If not, I could just pull up the videos too. It's no biggie. All right, cool. So Justin, darkened tree right here. That was the change that we had from the last week. Gonna stay quiet. Give people a chance to unmute for clapping and such. All right, you guys good? All right, let's do it. All right, good job, Justin. Woo! All right, this was great. Ruby, you've got a great woo. You got to do that every time. That's perfect. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, I think this looks really great. Ruby, I also pulled in yours too because we've been working on it for a while. You deserve a clap and applause as well. So let's give her everyone do your best Ruby woo impression. Here we go. On the count of three, you're like, hey, woo, woo. All right, really, really great job here as well. All right, this is actually gonna be pretty easy because we've got Theo's as well. I think this one is really, really close too. I think I have one note, but I will be quiet here for a second and see if you all have anything.
Did he make it brighter than it was?
Yeah, I don't remember
it being that bright.
Okay, I think that the main house is brighter.
Right. Okay.
And I actually think the house itself looks good. It's just now that is a little bit brighter. What's getting me is this tree that's right next to it because it butts right up against it. I think that needs to go just a touch brighter, and then we can ease it into everything else maybe. But it's so tough. Like I think that tree needs to go at about that level, and maybe we tone it down just a touch. But basically, it's like something like that. Just to because it's just because they're side by side, and those white values are the exact same type of snow in reality, but because they're abutting each other, it's like it just makes it start to look a little bit darker than it really is. That's my only note on this, Theo. I think this, again, you've come. So next time you post it, please, if you still have it, if you could post your original as well, the very first one, because I love seeing the progress, I love seeing the growth, and it's really important to. I do this in my own shots too. I always save the first iteration. Every once in a blue moon, it's actually better than my last iteration, but it's good to have it. It's good to have it around to show the progress that you created overall. So that's really, really good.
One thing,
yeah.
One thing that is kind of weird for me is that the big rock on the right, it kind of looks like it's floating.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Let's see, because I wonder if there's a way, because you got a rock and snow.
Yeah, it's
weird. It would kind of look like that, right? There's not a lot of ambient occlusion type, ambient shadows in there. There's not a lot going on.
Well, yeah, but I think that the thing is that, I mean, if in real life there would be, it kind of looks like the snow is like a normal slope there, and the rock is on top of there. Where in real life there would be little inconsistencies in the snow because of the rock, because of the wind, because of how it would have fell, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. So basically, you're talking about just not like a discoloration, but just something around the rock to indicate that the snow is kind of
it would have I don't know, different highlights and shadows there just because of how,
or even because it just kind of builds up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good call. I think that could be achieved with a little tweaking in Photoshop or something. I don't think that's necessarily because that would require some modeling changes. Which if you want to use a sculpt tool and just bump it up a little bit, but maybe maybe just try and to get that to cut in a little bit, and so that there's a feeling of a little bit of the snow building up against the side of the rock because it kind of starts to push up there. That's smart. Yeah, but this is looking great overall. All right, cool. Let's hop back in. Let's see if Sync Sketch is syncing. All right, one more time. Yeah, it's still giving me the load. That's fine. What we can do is we can hop into. Let's see, I've got it around here somewhere. Today's Thursday. Okay, so we will start with Andres here. We've got your two. We'll start here. So what are the big changes from the last iteration?
I fixed the pipe on the left side, and I added a little bit of a glow on the floor.
Yeah, that looks a lot better. The pipe on the left side is good. A little bit of glow. It's better. The glow could come up a little bit more.
Okay.
I think it's the right. The only other thing that I was saying was that as let's see if this plays out. As she hits the ground, it almost looks like she goes out of focus for a second. I think just double check the focus that it remains on her throughout this, because as she flips, she comes down. There just seems to be a moment where she comes out of focus. Maybe it's just the back of her.
I think it might. Well, yeah, definitely the back of her, because
it's pretty shallow. I think you know what it is. I think it just becomes a little bit too shallow in there. Because
okay.
I love it in the backflip, because like the fact that the shoe is this close to camera, like that makes sense to me, and then she's in focus, but because she's pretty spaced out at that point. But here it almost looks like the shoulder is out of focus, and like it's real tight in there, like her torso. Yeah, it's just open it up just a little bit, or stop it down.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, make it less depth of field glare.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything on this one? And a lot of projects today are pretty close to done. There's a couple poppings on the robot. I'm seeing. Let's see. So watching him right here at the end. Oh, there's a piece of material. Yeah, some parts are popping right here in his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not biggie. I mean, maybe try frame holding in Nuke, one or two of them, or maybe just rendering out that one frame separately and just see if we can get it turned back on. Is it extra geo, or is good geo turning off?
No, it's the animation that has the, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna see if maybe editing the shot short a little bit, just to like if you can't, if it's just in there and there's nothing you can do about it or nothing you can fix about it in comp, I think you can cut it a few frames short for like your demo reel, and it wouldn't be a big deal.
Okay, because there's like right there the little piston on his foot also like crumbles and
right.
That a couple of places like there.
That tremble actually doesn't bother me as much. I know it's weird, and I know it doesn't make sense in the slow motion, but there's the part of me that's like thinking that could be something that's moving at like a really fast mechanical type speed, and it's just being slowed down, and we can see it. And it kind of makes it think of like kind of wobbling. I don't know. I almost kind of like it, but yeah. All right, cool. Let's check out your other video here.
Yeah, so this one I made the skin warmer.
Mm-hmm.
Also moved the lights on the left and right. Moved it further inside.
Great.
And also a little bit more of a fill light on the shadows.
Cool. All right, cool. So the two biggest areas that are standing out to me are the.
Oh, sorry. And I also fixed the scale on the wood on the altar.
Yeah, that looks better. I was thinking we could actually use some more detail in that wood on the altar, like because I know that you're learning Substance Painter right now. There might be a way to add some just because it looks the same on each component, like around the edges, so like maybe just some wear and tear and it's just gonna like build up in kind of some of these corner areas and some of the crevices. Maybe just adding like a little bit of a dirt generator on that, just to get some variation in there. Now the metal poles, these highlights are very bright and they kind of distract in the background back there. I would just kind of tone those down a little bit. And then the other thing that I would do with the lighting is I think you're doing a great job. I think the spotlight versus the light in the surrounding, kind of the intensities, is working really well. With a big spotlight like this, it can sometimes look a little bit like we have a ramp up that gets us to about here, right? That looks really nice. But then like across the middle, it's all pretty consistent. And what ends up, I mean, you've seen plenty of real spotlights. There are variation increases and intensity shifts within that. So what I usually like to do, like whether it's a big spotlight like this, I used it in like the helicopter lights in Spies in Disguise and some other stuff, is you actually will use a couple of spotlights to mimic the look, because like lots of times there's kind of like a ring in the middle. So it's almost like keep this light exactly as it is for now. This might require you to turn down the intensity a touch, and then put a second spotlight in the middle, just to get like a more central, even a brighter patch right here in the middle. So it like continues to kind of ramp up a little bit. You can, if you want, you can put like a gobo on that and kind of like you can look at some reference, because there are spotlights that throw a pattern under the ground. And that could like, or maybe like an IES profile or something in there could be really cool.
Okay.
But yeah, I think those are my main notes, and I'll open it up to you all to see if there's anything else you want to add at this time. Hello. Okay, cool. I'm so happy you guys are sharing your screen. I don't want to block you. All right, cool. Kat, we got your reel. Kaya, all right, let's take a look at your... Let's take a look at the character one first, and then we'll look indoor. Okay. Windows is so finicky about playing videos sometimes. Let's see, we've got a couple different ones. Let's see how we can do this. And now we can just load it up in the thing. In the Discord. Okay, Discord, you win. Because apparently Discord can play more videos than Windows.
Yeah, there's a little app called VLC that plays like every kind of
right. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, let's just hop in here. Oh, I see why. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're on. Yes. Let's see if we can just play it here. Okay, the resolution's a little lower than it would be normally. But I like, man, let me just double check, make sure Camtasia's not working. Or I'm sorry, not Camtasia. Here we go. Let's see. It's very odd. This is usually a very stable operation. Let's see. Maybe it's just that one. No. All right. Anyway. All right. Take a look here. Yeah. So I think that overall this looks really good. I actually had this loaded in Photoshop too. Here we go. Oh yeah, I think we can actually look at it in Photoshop. So I think this looks really good. The biggest thing for me is that, and I think we worked on this the last time, is that I still want to get a little bit more of the darks in the foreground. I think just getting because it's a good haze overall, but we're just kind of missing those very those darkest points, and I think that it just really helps build depth in the shot a little bit more, just to get push those darks just a little bit darker. And then color wise, I was gonna play with this. I would actually. Actually, that looks pretty good. I was gonna see about, because it feels. I'm just playing with color. Man, this is you've got good color in this shot overall, like a good color range, which gives you some play. Like I think there's a really good opportunity actually with this shot to show some different times of day using some different lighting different lighting schemes, because you've got a pretty good foundation here. Okay, so then the note I was gonna have about the color doesn't really apply because I was just looking at it. I think it's okay. You got this light coming down here. This one over here is okay. It just feels a little sharp and a little bright, so maybe tone that down. Oh, something is happening. I lost you guys there for a second. You there? Hello.
Yeah.
All right.
The stream.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. Let's see. Man, we are just having a day here. All right.
It's just one of those days, you
Just
know?
one of those days, man.
It's all Kat's fault. She broke it.
It's still. I gotta tell you, it's still better than being at a conference. All right. Let's see. Maybe my video. All right. Oh, we lost the screen. Let me share the screen again. Okay. So we've got the light coming down here. We've got this little bit here. I was saying that this little bit of light that's hitting here, it feels a little bit tight and a little bit bright. And then the other thing that I would do is I like that we're getting some light back here, but I almost feel like there should be a shape that's similar to this window, like almost like there's a second window in there, just to get like a little bit. That's probably too big, but just to get like a little bit of light back there from like a window, because I think just having it hit the side here kind of softly, it doesn't really give a good indication of what that light source is. But I think everything else is looking good. Really close on this one too. Sorry, everything today is just really, really close. Does anybody else have any thoughts on this? Yeah, I think, actually I forgot about this. I'm just gonna try and open your other one here in Photoshop too, because I think we can actually play movies in here. Ooh, look at that. Cool. Again, sorry, I'm just laughing at the leg in the background. That just kind of flops. Just gonna watch this a couple times. Right now I'm watching the speed of the animating light. I think it's good. It feels a little bit too much like it's like just pulsating at a consistent rate. Like it's just like do, which is the sound effect I used for animating firelight apparently. But it's like it's a consistent pulse, and I think it would be a little bit more variable. So if you can change the timing on it, that would be cool. If not, it's not the end of the world. I also think, now that we have this in Photoshop, I wonder if we can't get a little bit, like I think there's a little bit of range to get a little bit of darkness in there as well. And then looking at the character herself, she feels a lot warmer and a lot better. Braiding her. There's like a little bit too much. Yeah. It almost feels like there's too much of that pure red in her skin. Just taking that down just a touch. Again, like we're still maintaining the warm value of everything. It's just I think it's just a little bit too much of that redness. And then there's points where I think we can get some more contact shadow, like especially down here in the neck and down in here. Like I feel like there's some ambient occlusion or something. And again, I think this is a game engine, but I feel like there's an opportunity to get some more darkness kind of buried in there too. Jordan in his Unreal, I think this is Unreal. If it is, Jordan has a section about doing ambient occlusion in his Unreal class, I believe. Also, this could just be fresh eyes on this, but I feel like we've lost some of the red color on the blood. Like, and now it's feeling a little bit darker, and it's starting to lose that blood red quality a little bit.
Yeah, especially on her face.
Yeah, it almost looks like a darker paint as opposed to blood.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's I mean, it's still a cool shot. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I think like the hands, the ambient occlusion with the hands and the gun look way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Everything else that you said, I agree.
That's good. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the hand note the last time. That yeah, that's absolutely good. And I don't know if this is just not in the asset, but for a level of like another level of realness, I don't know if you're doing the textures on it, but there are some, like, you could consider adding like a logo for the gun or some sort of like text or numbers or something on there. You often see that in like game gun wear. I don't munitions. I don't know what the word is there, but for lots of guns have like logos and letters and like serial numbers and that kind of thing on them. There's a space right here that isn't blocked by her that I think that we could possibly fill in with something. And if you really wanted to go crazy with things, this muzzle of this gun would have had lots of little explosions, and there would probably be some like residue around the edge here. Yeah, cool stuff, guys. Thanks for dealing with those technical difficulties with me today. We wrote that one out together. All right, cool. Anything else before we break? Did we get everyone? All right, cool stuff. And a special shout out to Kat, first demo reel of the day. Very cool stuff, man. It's exciting. Yeah. All right, great. Well, thank you for joining in, and I will see you all. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank
All
you.
right, be good. Happy lighting, y'all. All right, bye.